My name is Tim Mathisen. I work for Daytona Glass Works as the CEO. I've worked for Daytona Glass Works for 25 years, since the beginning. We're innovative when it comes to manufacturing with quartz. We take approaches that traditional quartz manufacturers don't do. We're mainly in the fiber optic business. We also have a medical client as well. We're at the front end of making fiber. We make tools that they actually use to draw out the individual strands at the very beginning of the process. And we also have products at the mid-process for cabling. We started in Colorado Springs. My dad owned a business for semiconductors using quartz, making parts for them. He wanted to get into fiber optics in the late 90s, and he was able to develop some automation rather than a skilled glass blower on a lathe, which what the competition was doing, which drove down the cost and allowed us to edge our way into the market. I think over the years since my dad's health's declined, it was kind of like we were hesitant about taking over the role. We were struggling with just mainly leadership. We didn't really have anybody in place at the top. I was running operations, they had administration, and we were just trying to make decisions best we could with that, and there was infighting, so it was all difficult. We also grew very quickly in the last several years. We didn't have any systems in place for a $10 million company. We were all working as if we were a $2 million company. Basically, we tried whatever best idea anybody had, never consulting anybody outside. So Cogent came in and they assessed what was going on. They gave us a clear understanding of what we're missing. I knew we had issues, and I was really concerned about it for a long time, that we had some problems, and we're struggling to make a decent profit, even though money's flowing in and out of here like crazy. I thought it was a good thing to have at least an assessment done. The discovery was really kind of scary. I mean, he showed some really detailed facts about the company that I was not prepared to see. Really, I was expecting to be them just to come in and comb over the books, and I thought they would just come in and give us a clean bill of health and go on their way. But it was a lot more detailed than I expected. The analyst was David Driley. He was just very efficient, very smart, really helpful. All this information. We had some issues. We had a lot of issues that we needed to deal with, and it was just right in my face, and I knew we had to do something. Along with my parents, who still own the business, we decided to bring in Cogent after the discovery process, because we thought it was probably beyond us for fixing, at least in the short term. The number of things that we had to fix was a little bit overwhelming, and I thought that it would be best if we brought in Cogent to help us figure it out. We needed to straighten up pretty much all of our processes, and we needed to make sure that we are tracking everything within the business. Our process, our product, our scrap, everything. And we needed to clean up all the waste that we were having. We implemented the KPI system, and we immediately saw people realize that they had to make sure that they were getting their parts done, and they were putting them down on paper, and they were putting down the parts that they wasted as well. And so people started cleaning up their work, and because they knew that it was going to be monitored. We went over team building and interpersonal relationships and within management. We also did some supervisor training courses as well. We've got a lot of tools in place that is going to help us monitor the business and stay on top of the health of it. And not best guess, not finger in the wind, but honest numbers that's showing us what we really have. Yeah, our structure is a lot better than it was before. People have better understanding of what their jobs and what their tasks are needed to be, and we're functioning a lot better now than we have. I definitely would recommend Cogent to other businesses. There's plenty of business out there that starts small in a mom and pop situation, and everybody's doing all the jobs, and then you start to grow and you really kind of just adapt your systems to try and grow, but you don't realize how hindering that is from your growth. I think that the realization of that hindrance is what Cogent provided, and then also the pathway out of it and into a more successful growth.